Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is the Black Manga Critic here. We are live with Haikyu, chapter 394, all right? Live reaction and initial thoughts. This should be a really good chapter. I mean, I say this about every Haikyu chapter, and it's always a good chapter, so at this point, that's it's just... yeah, God. All right? Right, Haikyuu's been, consistently good for, years, okay? At least 2 years. At least 2 years it's been flames. Probably 3, honestly. If we're really sort of keeping track, 3, maybe even 4. All right, so I'm really excited about it. Let's get into it. All right, last chapter was Furudate. Really did my son Hoshiumi justice. All right, so I'm really happy. I was so happy about that. All right. So let's see who Furudate is gonna do justice for this week, because before right, we had Hinata, then Kageyama, then a bunch of sort of different players, right, for a bit, with those two being spotlighted, then Atsumu, then Bakudo, then Hoshiumi. So who's next, right? It's either gonna be Ushijima or I'm blanking, Sakusa, right? Or who else? Trying to think who else is gonna get this shine. Maybe Romero. I don't know. Anyways, it's probably gonna be either Ushijima or Sakusa. One of those two, because those two, we need more about them, especially Sakusa. We need a whole 2 chapters for Sakusa and Ushijima too, but especially Sakusa. We need so much. All right, let's get into it. Haikyu time. All right, remember, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. All right, if you want the notification bells. Also, leave a comment if you like the content. All right, I love seeing comments on the bottom of the videos. All right, also check me out on Twitter. Usually following me on Twitter will get you sort of notified for videos a lot more quickly than if you were just waiting for the notification bell, because the notification bell kind of sucks at times. All right, on YouTube. And check out my Patreon. All right, I've got videos out. I've actually recently done a video for Haikyu, Volume 1. I did a review on that. So you'll be able to check that out. And definitely in the future, I'm going to do some more Haikyu content. But for now, check out the content that I have at the moment. If you like it, feel free to keep, supporting. It's as low as $2. You get access to all the videos you get access to most of the videos for $2, right? So for $2. All right, there are other videos like live streams that you only get access to at certain tiers, but immediately you get access to the reviews and the video essays and stuff like that. All right, so thank y'all for coming through. Let's get to that Haikyu. All right, chapter 394 is entitled "The Lucky Ones." Oof. All right, Wakatoshi-kun, how did you get so good? Okay, jacket says Shida Torizawa. And then his other jacket that's Itachiyama. All right. By practicing a lot. Besides that. Because I got lucky. All right. Interesting. Oh, it says, oh, look, it's Ishiwaka and Sakusa. All right. Wow. Your presence is so intense. All right, let's move on. Go, Hoshiumi! Score! Hoshiumi's spike is a break point for the Adlers. The Black Jackals built up steam from Mia's serves, but the Adlers are catching up here at the end of set 3. Those two. They didn't get lucky with their body types, yet they're still here. So there's no way they wouldn't be good. Talk about it. You better say that. Takusa. You better say that. Let's go. All right, Romero, second serve. Okay. Wow, Romero goes to the opposite side of the court this time, but Sakusa still bumps it. Phew. Very nice. That's Sakusa for you. No one will ever knock his hitting or his serving. That's for sure. He's really good. but he's incredibly good on defense, especially serve defense. You got that right. It's like, come on, Sakusa. Do the rest of us a favor and have some kind of weak point, would you? Doesn't he have one? Rotten food? Besides that. Quick set Mayan. Okay. Sakusa's never gotten especially passionate about anything. But once he starts something, he can't stop until it's done. He says leaving stuff half finished bugs him to no end. Getting him started cleaning, and he'll be at it forever. Ah, yeah, he does seem like a clean freak. Kind of like Kita-san, but also kind of not. Once he gets working on something, he can't stop until he's satisfied. Ooh, that goes for both cleaning and volleyball. Okay, let's see. That's what I like to see. I'm feeling like I'm being fed right now. That's Sakusa greatness. Let's go. That's what I want to. This is what I want to see. All right. Whoosh. Ooh. Sokolov. Stop that. Good. Got a hand on it. Boom. Uh-oh. Huh. It's not just serves where a wicked spin could make you shank it. He can do it off of his hits too. Nice shot, Sakusa. Damn. Sakusa-san, hello, I'm Shoyo Hinata. It's great to meet you. Yo, this is a flashback to like when Hinata joined the squad. Let's go. Let's see. Huh? Mr. I got a fever and got benched? Yo! Yo, the savagery of it all. Oh my lord! Oh my lord! Why did you say that, sir? Please don't say it. Please don't say it. Please don't say that like it's some kind of nickname now. And that was 6 years ago. I don't hang around people who don't know how to manage their health. You don't have to worry about that. Yo. I hate nothing more than people who are careless and unprepared. Dude, I learned from what happened. I'm way better about it now. I think everyone on this court pays the right amount of attention to their health and their lives. But accidents happen, no matter how well you prepare. You can't be ready for everything. Kiyomi spent a lot of time alone when he was a kid. His parents and his much older siblings were all very busy. And he was a quiet guy, not the sort you'd expect to make a billion friends. We were cousins and about the same age, but I didn't know him well. My parents told me to hang out with him, so I invited him to play volleyball. Followed me without a word. I had the impression that it was less that he wanted to play the sport and more that he just didn't have anything else he felt like doing. He's practically incapable of leaving anything half finished. 1,000-piece puzzle. Done already? He had a great life. He buried a pet. Oh. Once he starts something, he will always see it through to the end. He's still trying for 1,000 in a row. Bump. Huh? Why couldn't you get that one? It was easy. Now you're ticking me off. Bump. See? I can get them just fine. Oh, shut up. Okay, another bump. Huh? It's the spin. Yeah, it's the spin. Don't point. It's rude. Oh, gross. Okay, what is he doing? What's that in his hand? An animal or something? Okay. That sounds like somebody doing the wall drill. That's Akusa doing the wall drill. Boom. Oh, wow. That's really interesting. Yo, usually a wall drill is just like, there's you here, there's the wall, and boom. And you're just hitting it in a particular way. This dude is using like multiple walls to hit it and make it go and to make it travel in the way that he wants it to travel. I'm like, come on, man. This man's too much. Oh, great. He's gotten started. All Japan Middle School Athletics Tournament, boys volleyball. This guy's ridiculous. Yeah, look at his face. Oh no. Oh, he's so mad at them because they probably didn't clean their hands the way that in a way that he'd like. Uh, I can't. Yo, he's like, oh, they didn't wipe their hands properly, which is like, yo, I do get that. Like, that's not something that I like. Like, the only time that I will ever like wash my hands, right, with soap and stuff and then rinse them and then not wipe them down with paper is if there's no paper in the like public restroom or something. That's the only time I do that. And even then, like I'll like do this way too long until like I feel like my hands are somewhat dry or something. Like I don't like wiping my hands off my like I don't like doing I just don't. So I kind of understand where he's coming from a little bit, but it's like the intensity of his glare, I can't. This dude is too much, yo. I can't. And he's like, he had a pocket hanky. And he's folding it with the damp side in. Yo, I'm done. It's too much. Okay. Huh? And he's like staring at him like, this guy. All right. Boom. Got it. Ooh. Well, I thought I gotten it. Score. Service ace. Yep. Yeah. Great serve, Wakatoshi. Uh-oh. A rival. For the first time, Kiyomi met someone who had a spin even more wicked than his. Man, it's so hard to bump hits from a southpaw. I need to do more bumps. Let's practice our serving receiving. Let's practice our serve receiving. After that, Kiyomi would sometimes play against Ushiwaka and would sometimes be with him at the same camps. Every time they were together, he looked like he was actually having fun for once. I hear Shida Torizawa lost to some team in their qualifiers. Huh? No way. Which team? Ushiwaka never made it to the spring tourney in his last year of high school. The some team that beat Shida Torizawa made it to the quarterfinals, but then their big star collapsed in the last set, and they lost. That was the same year our captain went down with an ankle injury. Oh. We wound up losing in a surprise upset to Inubushi Higashi. Now we understand why Itachiyama lost. Oh my goodness. Damn. This, even though we practiced everything like we were supposed to. Tsukasa Izuna. Itachiyama Institute Volleyball Club captain, setter, 5'11". Banner reads effort. Okay. Oh hey, isn't that Itachiyama's Izuna-san? I heard he got the best setter award in last year's Junior Olympic Cup. Ah, what's with that non-reaction? Huh? Okay. It's got like a paint roll brush. Huh? Oh, this is like a flashback. It's like, you're Kiyomi Sakusa. Do you want to use this? Oh, it's like a lint roller. Okay. Do you want to use this? No, I have my own. And that's why they're best friends. Yo. Ooh, that must have hurt. Sakusa. Yes. I know what you're thinking. I bet right now you're like, it's always possible to be injured in any game. What are you crying for, right? Wow, he's pretty sharp. I can understand having regrets if you didn't practice enough or prepare properly beforehand. But I know neither was the case with you, Izuna-san. So I had to wonder. Right? Neither was the case, and that's why it hurts even more. Duh. Izuna, what's wrong? Oh, I get it. But I don't want to pity you or say it sucks to be you. Huh? But it does suck to be me right now. Oh. Still, I'm happy that you were thinking of me. I wasn't. Not particularly. Well, okay then. It isn't today, but one day I'll play my last game. And you better believe I'm gonna finish that one with a smile. Hearing Azuna-san say that got me thinking about my ideal last game. I was lucky enough to survive this long. Lucky to meet people. Lucky to still be playing volleyball. Tsukasa Izuna, Itachiyama Institute grad. Deseo Hornets, setter, V-League Division 1. Ryosei Kai, 21. Wow, he's playing with the team that beat him. Wow, he's playing with a team. That's Furudate, man. The levels. Inabushi Higashi grad, middle blocker. Wow. Going out with a smile, ending on a victory. Both would be nice, but I don't find either particularly necessary. All I want is to practice and train, paying proper care and attention to everything. Today, tomorrow, and all the way up to the day before my last game. And if I'm lucky, boom, boom. To go out thinking I could be done at any time and still be satisfied. Wow, and he received Ushijima's set. That was really good. Haikyu, man. Wow. I'm just like, yo, you know when you read a chapter and you're just kind of silent because of like just how impactful it is, and just the little bits of layers that are sort of set up. So interesting, man. There's so much. Okay, so I think the first thing Shadi, what's good? It's good. The first thing I want to talk about is one thing I love is that I think all of us were heartbroken for Hinata. I don't think there was anybody who was like, you suck, like, you know what I mean? Like, you suck, Hinata, after Hinata like collapsed because he was ill and had a fever and he was very sick and he was playing while he was sick, right? I don't think anybody was like, F you and not, or anything like that. I do think it's interesting for me that Sakusa was like, all right, and like, it wasn't just that Sakusa was like, you didn't prepare. You didn't take care of yourself well enough. And so you got even more ill than you should have been, and you collapsed. And that's how he's sort of seeing it, right? Like that self-care wasn't there. And I think and like that self-care wasn't there. And Hinata recognized that, right? And was like, I got to take care of myself. I always got to make sure I check myself and see where I'm at. And Hinata hadn't really done that in the way that he needed to, right? And that's why he was out there on the court when he should have been resting games like before. Even though I think if he had rested, he probably would have, they wouldn't have gotten nearly as far as they did, So for me, it's interesting that Sakusa's like, yo, my friend Izuna-san, right? My friend Izuna didn't get sick and took care of himself and checked everything. And he still wasn't able to be on the court because he got injured. And so there's a way in which like Sakusa was like, you didn't take care of yourself. And that's why you weren't able to be on the court in the way that you could. So you suck. Right? He was like, oh, if it isn't, I didn't take care of myself, right? And it's just different, like the way that Sakusa sort of like is like, yo, I don't know. It's I think even deep down, I think Sakusa sort of recognizes that even like illness is something that, you know, you can't not get sick, you know? Like, I get sick all the time now. You know, like I catch something all the time. It could be like a tiny little flu or a bug or something like that. And like, you know, for like a day or two, I'll be like, ugh. And then after a while, I'm like better. You know, after like a couple of days, I'm better. You know, or I just might have a fever for some reason. Maybe it's just because I was out in the cold for too long or something like that. And I might have a chill. And then next day I get some rest and I'm good. But sometimes you catch something and you're like sick for a minute. You know, and I think like, yeah, Hinata could have taken better care of himself, but also, you know, sometimes you catch things and you can't stop like you know, you can't stop the flu from getting to you. You know, there's only so much that you can do. I think at some level Sakusa realizes that, but also that like Sakusa's like, okay, at least Hinata recognizes that he needed to take care of himself, and he's doing that, and there's a reason why he's on the team, you know. So I like this chapter for that sort of sense, and that it seems like there's a way in which like Sakusa sort of has shifted a little bit, and he can kind of make jokes in some way, in ways about that. And I think what's also interesting is that Sakusa like didn't seem like it seemed like he had a hard time making friends and connecting with people in a certain way. And his sort of way of connecting with people was very different from a lot of other people. He was like, all right, it seemed like he can only really connect with certain people if they were on a similar wavelength in terms of like cleanliness and care and self-care and that sort of thing. And he learned quite a bit, right? And like the way that his friend Azuna reacted to his injury, I think shocked. I think like I wouldn't, maybe the shock isn't the word, but surprise is maybe the word. In the way that he like reacted to that, he was like, "Yo," he was legit like, "Why are you crying though?" And he just couldn't he couldn't really understand in the way that, you know, in that way. And I think that showed him something that like, yes, people can be, you know, like you can have a friend and you know, you could be like so similar in certain ways, and there can be just something so distinctly different about, you know, like about your friend that sort of teaches you something. And I think that was such a teaching moment for, you know, inadvertently, right, for Sakusa and Azuna. Like he was like, you know, it's okay to be, you know, it's okay to express regret and sadness for something, even if something was out of your control. You know what I mean? I think that's a lesson that's like really big there. Like some people like, you know, will excuse me. Some people will like sort of try to be like that. Like for me, I think that's something I had to learn like early on when I was a kid. Like, you know, even if you work really hard at it and it's just something that's like sort of different, you know, that's like, it's okay to be upset about those things, you know, even if it's not like, you know, I don't know. It's okay to be upset if something like outside of your control messes something up. You know, it's okay to feel sadness and regret about that, even if it wasn't you that was even if you weren't the reason for why that thing happened, for why that event occurred. It's a lot. It's very interesting. And I think, like, for me, I try not to diagnose fictional characters unless it's like, right? And I'd rather, like, certain things be outright stated. You know? Like, when it comes to certain characters and what they're dealing with and stuff like that. So, for me, like, I really enjoy that. I really enjoyed the stuff with Sakusa and, you know, his sort of quirks and things about his personality that were particularly strong and rooted and rooted in who he is, and how now he's sort of grown in a certain way. There's a certain growth that's really nice for him that I like. I don't know how to describe it. I need more time. I gotta reread the chapters and kind of go into that. I'm not doing like an amazing job of explaining that, but I just think that like, there's a lot of subtlety in what Furudate is doing here that I like. You know, even just like, you know, his friend being able to like play with the individual that an individual from a team that beat him, and to be happy in that, and for Sakusa to just kind of and for Sakusa to sort of learn to be able to do that from his friend. I think to be able to learn that, you know, if I play and I do everything that I'm supposed to do and I take care of myself, I can play and sort of like live without regrets because of all the work that I put in. And I think before that, I don't know. I think he could kind of do that, but it was very different. It was like it felt like he was sort of detached in a certain way, emotionally, and in a certain way. Not that he was detached emotionally, period, but just like he was detached in certain ways. And now it's like he can sort of like fully enjoy himself playing volleyball and not be regret, you know, if something happens in a game or something, you know, certain things like that. I don't know. I just like it. I really like this chapter. I'm so glad that we got that. I'm glad that we got a lot of Sakusa, and I feel like we're gonna get Ushijima next. I feel like we should get like 8 chapters for each character, you know. But I'm glad that we got that now, and I kind of understand why we couldn't get more throughout Haikyu. I'm glad that we got what we got. I'm glad that we got what we got. There's a lot that I feel like I want to look at and reread, but really, really good. Really, really good, y'all. All right, let me get out of here because I got to react to Spy Family. Next, it's 4:37. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it. Man, that was a really good chapter. All right, I gotta get out of here. Okay. Thank y'all for coming through to my live reaction for Haikyu chapter 394. This chapter really hit. It hit in a very particular way. And what I will say is that I feel like this chapter speaks to individuals, like speaks to certain individuals who deal with the similar with similar sort of like ways of thinking about things and similar sort of ways of moving through life in the way that Sakusa did and now does, and a certain kind of growth that stems from that. And I think this chapter was for those individuals too. And I think that's why like it's such a great chapter and it hits in a particular way. I think it hits generally, but I think it hits even more for those individuals who identify with Sakusa, you know? So this chapter was great. I loved it. All right. Thank you for coming through. Remember, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Leave a comment. I love comments on videos. All right, and I'm trying to respond to all of them. And you know, check me out on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Link down below. Also, check out my Patreon. All right. Also, link down below. All right. Thank you for coming through. I am the Black Manga Critic, and Spy Family time. I'm out.